Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome to a high level game of StarCraft 2. Today here in the bottom left as our blue Protoss player playing for Team Alpha X. It is Zoun. And in the top right of Waterfall spawning as our red Terran player playing for Storm Gaming. It's Gumiho, the man, the myth, the legend, the man with more build orders per matchup than he has fingers. And he does have 2 hands with 5 fingers on each hand, so yeah, that's a lot of build orders that he has. We're immediately opening up here with a, what seems to me to be a proxy barracks. Indeed, what we will see here. Look at that. Beautiful location as well. This is the type of location you'll never find. People always say that you'll always find something at the last place you look at. But that's not the case with this proxy racks, because you just will never find it. You just get, it's like socks in a washing machine. They just get eaten by the leprechaun that lives in your washing machine, or perhaps in your dryer. I'm not sure where the socks get lost, if it's in the transfer from washing machine to dryer, or if it's before already that you just imagine putting them in the washing machine. But somewhere in the process, along the way, socks get lost. And it's the same with this barracks. It will never be found. This is such a sick location. Look at that. 2 spots get scouted. It's not going to be there. And if I were a Protoss player, which, oh my god, I am, the 3rd spot that I would scout would probably more likely be here, or even this general area. This is like the furthest away possible barracks that is still close, if that makes any sense. Like, this is still like, okay, this is a close proxy, but at the same time it's also kind of far away. Now, Zoun is completely unaware of the fact that there is a barracks on his side of the map, which is important. Now, why is that so important that he is unaware? That means that he will not be... What's this guy doing? Hello? What is this scout? Looks like a late scout. I'll talk about that later. But it's important because he'll open up with an adapt. And, well, actually, this is not even that bad, honestly. If there was a bunker building on the low ground, you open up with an adapt and you have no clue that it's happening, it's pretty bad. But like this, the barracks is decently far enough away. That's not the end of the world. Barrack is already moving home as well. The reactor is going to start fairly late here for Gumiho. Not a single probe has been lost. Oh my god. Gumiho is going to be hitting himself in the head a couple of times today. Like, oh no. Why did that happen? Well, it's because you built it too far away. But if you built it closer, it would have gotten scouted. There's really no winning here today. Ay. Reaper's going to start hitting this pylon. If this Reaper gets the pylon, I will send a chocolate shoe to Gumiho, which he can then go on to eat. I would say that I would eat a chocolate shoe, but I've already eaten. I already ate chocolate shoes in the past. And it's not an experience that I really enjoy. So rather than saying I'll eat a shoe, I'll just send someone else a shoe. They can eat it. So it's still some downside for me. I have the chocolate shoes are fairly expensive. I think I end up paying like 22 euros or something like that for, it was like maybe 700 or 800 gram shoe. I bought 2 of them because I had to eat 2 shoes. Because I bet twice and I lost both of my bets. I also think ate them on the same day. I was extremely sick afterwards. I do not recommend eating that much chocolate in one day, no matter how tasty you believe it to be. The worst part is that I don't even really like chocolate, which made the entire experience worse. I should have probably just melted the chocolate and made chocolate milk out of it. I do like chocolate milk. Or hot chocolate. Do you call it chocolate milk? Yeah, I think so. Hot chocolate. It's the same. And a lot of people put marshmallows in their hot chocolate as well. That always sounded kind of delicious to me, but I never quite got around to doing it. What Zoun also is not quite getting around to doing is finding this cyclone. The cyclone is a weird location. You know what you could do? Jump on top of the cliff with the Reaper, cyclone on the low ground, and then you lock on to the adapt. Oh my god, he's gonna do it. I can see in the future. Just like Nostradamus. Poof! That was really sick, no? That was such a smart play. I really like that. The reason why he didn't go early is because the Reaper was still healing himself. He was still self-regenerating, I think is what it's called. Like the injection that we see here in the bottom right. Like with the plus green, so you know it's good. Red, you know it's bad. That is actually the rules. Now when it comes to games most of the time. Whenever you see something green, it usually means good. And red means freaking terrible for you. Which a grenade, to be fair, is quite terrible for you. I would not want to have a grenade thrown at me. That doesn't sound like a fun experience whatsoever. What does sound like a fun experience is this build order out of Zoun, which could be described as weird. Could also be described as creative, depending on which side of the aisle you're on. I'm on the weird side, because I don't like this build order. If you don't like something that is creative, then you just call it weird. That's a good rule in life in general. Storm drops. You know the problem with this is that you literally are just relying on Storm dealing so much damage and also defensively keeping you alive because you're massively cutting in your eco for a very non-sustained form of splash damage. This is basically a Blink into Colossus build, except rather than getting 2 Colossi with Thermal Lens, you get 3 Templar with a Storm each. Like, those things are not equal. You need to get a lot of damage with that, or you need to kill an army with that. No, you just need, yeah, so either way you need damage with it. Either on Marines or on SCVs. Sometimes what happens is you'll see a Storm drop on the SCVs. The SCVs die, and then a double drop hits the main base of the Protoss player, and the Protoss dies as well. So both players lose a lot, but Protoss has no fighting units. Okay, here comes the first Storm. That's a good Storm. That's an interesting Storm, that second one. Not great. Now there's no units whatsoever, and this Archon is most likely going to get taken out. Oh, gets this. No, doesn't get to survive. Well, great start here for Zoun, exactly showcasing why this build can be kind of bad every now and again. So basically he just invested in Storm, 2 Templars, a Templar Archives, and what did he get for it? I think he killed like 8 or 9 Marines with 2 Storms. I do believe that Gumiho is fighting a bit too long over here. I'm not quite sure why he would be doing that. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. We're actually taking a freaking beating over here right now. Oh no, Gumiho. Not like this. That's not good. It's following this up with 5 Rex as well. It's going to be one of them 2 base all-ins, huh? I don't like those builds. Like, the thing here is that Gumiho wasn't aware that it was Storm. Against Storm, the most important push is the 3 Rex push, and after that, you probably just want to faster expand to a 3rd CC. 5 Rex doesn't do too much for you, most of the time. Yeah, because with 5 Rex often you want an SCV pool, and SCV pools just are not very good against this type of build that we're seeing here. Ghost Academy is on the way. Where is it? It's over here. Look at that, in the corner. The Ghost Academy is a nice looking structure, like the shape of it. It looks good. I don't know why, but I just like the way it looks. I don't know, it looks good. Just the way it constructs as well. It's obvious that it is a Ghost Academy. I like seeing those. But wait, what happened? Oh, we had mines moving in, killing 6 workers. That is actually kind of big. I'm not sure why I'm pretending like that's not the biggest thing that happened so far this game. No, that's not true. The initial fight was a lot bigger. This is sick. You see that target fire? There's a pum, 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 pum. North, west, south, east. Oh, 3 workers also going down. So you have a Storm drop. After the mine drop killed a couple of workers, Zoun said, hey, I can do the same thing. Except against mine, you need to respond a little bit quicker. Because of course it's much easier to dodge a mine shot than it is to dodge Storm drops. Now what is this crap? Ooh, look at this. The elevator down. Did this go unspotted? Yeah, it did go unspotted. Look at Zoun. Zoun is completely unaware of what's going on. He's having a blast right now with these stalkers on the map. You can't move out. But he's already moved out. There's no Stormers whatsoever available at home. This CC could be in a little bit of trouble though at the same time. So we have a stim moving in right now. Is there an armory? There's not. There's 1-1 upgrades though. 1, 2, and 3 not quite here yet. But these initial Storms were pretty big. 2 more mines are going to end up hitting. Next Storm is available right about now. Is not going to get cast. As the Stalkers will also come back home. Might take out one of these. No, both of them. Both of these medevacs are going to get taken out. These Marauders need to piss off as well, as they're just not quite in a brilliant position at the moment. 1-1 upgrades on the way here for Zoun. Zoun's actually in a good spot right now. I can't believe that this is how the game kind of continued. It really felt like that with the initial fight, where the Storms killed some Marines, it felt like Gumiho should have been in a good position, but then he just continued fighting, and his position turned sour in a way. These Zealots are also turning sour, or well, turning into dust. They're gonna get exploded here. Sensor tower has finished up, which means that run-bys from the bottom side right now are going to be fairly unlikely. Double Colossi on the way. Is there a Colossus out yet? I don't think so, no. Just a single Immortal. This is an army that actually has some power. We're not seeing a 4th CC yet. Gumiho is hitting a pretty sweet timing though. Do have to admit that as well here at the same time. A couple of EMPs are still available, and without any Colossus here, perhaps with some good EMPs, these Archons are going to be taking a massive beating. Indeed is happening right about now. We have Super Battery about to run out. First 2 Colossi popping in as well. I think if these Colossus would not have been popping in here, that it might have actually been possible for Gumiho to break this. Even now, he's still doing a good job kiting, getting okay-ish trades. There are a couple of zealots here at this bunker, as Gumiho has completely cut SCV production. No fort base on the way, no armory, no gas 5, no gas 6. Zoun is on 4 bases already. The only thing that Zoun is currently lacking is the start of a 2-2 upgrade. The moment he gets that though, Zoun is just increasing his lead in such a big way. Rather than doing that immediately, he's going to go for a move out right now. And here we do see that 2-2. So 2-2 kind of being the backup plan, at least in my mind. And this push being kind of like the big deal. Oh no, there is an armory. I kind of missed that. My apologies. Okay, with that armory there, then +2 can start. Maybe not even that bad for Gumiho. Like, he's still behind, not in a great position. You're fighting Colossus with very little Vikings. A couple of storms also coming out of the sky right now. Colossi pushing forward. Yeah, that bad boy is going to get sniped, and in 2 ways. In the first way it got sniped by the bio, and then it also actually got sniped by the ghost with the spell snipe. 40C is right now on the way for Gumiho. It's just in a very, very passive position at the moment. I'm not so sure if this is really where he wants to be. Gumiho is a player that likes to be in control, to set up these run-bys, to set up these drops as well. And that's just simply not going to be possible right here, because he can't really take map control. The moment he moves on the map, he's in danger. Whenever he moves somewhere, he's going to be in danger, because his army is tiny. He needs to fight around defensive positions, and yeah, I'm looking at like a timing here for him, but I have no clue. I just don't see a timing where he can regain map control, which means that he will be forced into fighting this army the moment that Zoun maxes out, because you can't delay this move out. Zoun is completely in control. Okay, we're seeing a double mine drop. Perhaps this is capable of doing something. Sometimes these mine drops, you know, they can pull the toss a bit out of position. They can force the toss at least to spend some attention somewhere else, which can be important as well. But at the same time, I think there's a cannon. Yeah, there's 2 cannons already. I mean, if you drop them in the mineral line, they're not even going to finish burrowing, most likely. There's a cannon in natural as well. There's a cannon in the main, so cannon galore over here. And here comes the double mine drop, heading in right now. 3 Stalkers being warped in, feedback being cast as well. Yeah, I'm not even going to get a single shot out of these mines. Did win some time here for Gumiho, which is nice, but did absolutely 0 damage. I don't think that's something he can quite afford. A couple of EMPs are hitting already. And +2 is about to finish up as well. First Disruptor Shot is going to connect with about 6, 7, 8 supply. Second Sensor Tower finishes up. Viking count is at 4 against 3 Colossus. That is not enough. It is simply too little Vikings. 2 more here on the bottom side brings the total up to 6 from what I can see. Take a look at the unit stat. Yes, that is indeed correct. Ideally, you want to have at least 8 when you're playing against 3 Colossus. Gumiho, what is he sending out there on the left side? It's just a single Marine. I'd love to just... He needs something on the map. He needs a secondary army. Is going to try and get a snipe here on the Disruptor. Will not work. Good flank though at the same time. Gumiho is going all in with this, and well, he's doing a fine job, honestly, for how bad this fight coulda, woulda, shoulda been, perhaps. More Disruptors are being taken out. There is a lot of cash behind this, though, for Zoun, but the Colossus gets taken out. A lot of the Disruptors are falling as well. Gumiho should not be pushing into this anymore. Perhaps hit another EMP and piss off is going to be my advice here for him. Couple of mines in the back are burrowing. 1 storm will run forward as well. Gravitic boosters are about to finish up, but I'm not quite sure how that's going to help in this fight. For now, another storm will get the connections here. Triple Disruptors, 1 shot available, is going to completely miss. Huge error there. This one is going to connect with at least some units. Gumiho completely turning this game around. What an insane turnaround in this game. Holy crap, that fight was sick. That should have never gone that way. That was a Zoun favored fight. Zoun was still up in upgrades. He had a lot of Disruptors. He had Colossus as well. He just got destroyed. Gumiho coming in from 2 sides. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that the game is over here. A lot of the supply for Gumiho is in Medivacs. And a lot of it is in production as well. It's 133 supply against 145. Zoun is staying on a lower worker count, 73-ish. No 6th base on the way yet. Upgrades are continuing though for him. And Gumiho will start falling behind a bit there with his +3 so delayed. Once again, Zoun who kind of wants to pull the trigger. 3 ghosts get taken out. That is big, that is expensive. And that is something that Gumiho can't really afford. At the same time, more Zealots running in towards the natural. Marauders are being produced. Liberators also coming out. Should be capable of helping out here. Some nice hold position micro on these SCVs. Actually helping a crap ton. Holy guacamole. 3 SCVs get taken out. And I am a huge fan of how Gumiho is defending so far. Just very patient, very solid gameplay. After a pretty terrible start. Right now, feeling in a playable position. I still have 40 supplies in him. Okay, maybe not the most playable position, but a position where one could potentially believe. A couple of Marauders are coming in the far back. Good pick up there out of Gumiho. Very solid control. There's so many Zealots though. 5th base most likely is going to get taken out. Disruptor will connect with one of the Marauders. I think a Marine also ended up going down there actually. More Disruptor shots are coming out and oi 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 oi. This command center is going to get taken out. It's going to be 4 base against 5 disruptors moving forward, pushing the SCVs away from mining over here as well. There's a lot of cash in the bank currently for our good friend Zoun, who has 1.6k when it comes to the minerals and about 2k gas. Transition is possible. Okay, I like this. I really like this recall. In case there was something. He probably believed there was something there. A base trade would have made a lot of sense. I was in the middle of a sentence and then I can't recall what I was going to say. But it is what it is. Life is life. Da na 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 na. Interesting fight. Disruptor shooting forward. Moving in. Should be capable of zoning this actually. No Vikings in the sky. 1 on the ground. It's only 2 Colossus though. It's not the end of the world. 1 Disruptor gets taken out. And 1 Marauder stays alive. It's a good trade. 1 Marauder for Disruptor. That is not a good trade. That was a Purification Nova for a couple of units. And that is actual pain. Here come the Zealots trying to move in. Not going to be capable of doing anything whatsoever. Okay, here we go once again. Zealots moving in. Do we have a prison with this? I do not think we do. GG gets called. Gumiho has had enough of it. He says, I can't actually win this game anymore. And yeah, just taps out here as Zoun wins the game. Felt like there was a turnaround in there. Really nice fight out of Gumiho. Despite the poor start of the mid game, I guess, which just put him so far behind and almost in an unwinnable position. Almost managed to take it back though. Alright, that's going to be it for me today. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Bye bye.